Part 3. Say if you have not seen part 1, if you haven't seen part 2, watch those before you come to part 3. All recorded on the same day. So just look for this top. Look for me to look like this for part 3. So we just going to jump in from part 2. But there was somebody that they was working with. And this person wanted you to hey Red Violet, hey Thinks Like a Lion. They wanted you to kind of wait on them because they know that spirit was guiding you away. And now this person, they understand that you couldn't wait. It's like, I feel like, you know what, this person, they're thinking about, because I feel like this person ghosted you. Somebody ghosted you. But they ghosted you, but they didn't know you was getting ready to blow up. They didn't know you was getting ready to blow up. Your money was gonna be looking good. You was gonna be looking, like you the HBIC or HNIC, whatever. But and then, like I said, this person, it's like they did all this lying on you. Because it's like they was feeling some way about themselves. And this is somebody that had not, they was feeling some way about themselves. They couldn't see who you was. They couldn't see who you were, who you are. But this is somebody who needed to have some psychological help themselves for years, but they never did it. This is somebody in your family. This is somebody who ignored you, that didn't give to you. You could have been a scapegoat. You was a black sheep, something. Yeah, like, whenever you was a child, your father, would sit there and I'm telling you, your father was doing stuff. Everybody was doing stuff, and it was like, because this person too had plans and wanted to mess up your relationships. But something about you able to defend yourself. And even as a child, it seemed like you was able to defend yourself. And I think that this person didn't like that, because you stood up for yourself. You wasn't going to sit there and let somebody call you a liar. You stood up for yourself. And even whenever somebody was mistreating you, you spoke up. Even whenever they still mistreated you, you still spoke up. So that let that person know they can only fuck with you for so long, because you were speaking up. Something about something that you're working on, or the work that you do now. And a lot of people see it. It's like it clears up a lot of questions for a lot of people. Whatever you're doing, it's clearing up a lot of questions. It's bringing out a lot of hidden truths and why people act the way they act. That way, it's like these people can walk away from these bullshit artists because they've heard some sage advice. They know the truth. The truth speaker has spoken. Hey, Shaylin. Hey, Reverend Susan Whitlock. How are you? How are you? Yes, honey, let me tell you. Hey, J Mike. This person, I saw one that wanted to flip, but it didn't. There it is. Yeah, you're working on something, and somebody was trying. We know this to be true. They are trying to disrupt what you are working on. We know this to be true because we just went through a whole spinning period. This is part 3. So we know they want to disrupt whatever you are working on. They don't want this shit to work. But guess what? It's going to work because they was trying to do you wrong, but you know how to defend yourself. You got what it takes. I'm telling you, somebody's remember whenever you was a child. It's like you always had exactly what you needed. You always looked at what you needed, or you had what you needed, and they know that this is you getting your justice. You getting your just due, and somebody else is looking because, like I said, they're looking at you now. They're looking at you now. Now they want to try and work on trying to see if they can get through the eye of the needle, but it's not going to work. You have already closed that chapter of your life. You're doing you, and you allowing this person to do whatever it is that they want to do. You don't even give a shit anymore. When you was trying to give a shit, they didn't want you to give a shit. Fine, you don't give a shit. So now go on. Goodbye. See ya. Don't want to be here. What else, Spirit? Anything else in this deck? Yep. Yep. And they can't stop looking at you. This person is like, damn, I don't even know why I was doing all that, because you know what? They was listening. Somebody was listening. Somebody, I don't know. They having regrets because they know they stuck. They stuck. I'm telling you, this person is really stuck. They done too much. They hurt themselves. They hurt themselves. Trying to come up after you. If I don't send for you, I suggest you don't come for me. Bottom of the deck, because you will be beat down. Ace of Wands. And somebody's watching. A lot of people are watching. Somebody's watching, and they're looking at somebody, and they're remembering who did what. You know, this is no stretch for them to really remember. It's just like maybe something was blocked and they couldn't really remember, or they chose not to remember, or whenever they started getting their ass handed to them on the plate because God started whooping their ass, then all of a sudden some smoke cleared and they remembered some shit. Because, you know, once you start going down, once your shit start going down, all of a sudden that light bulb come on. Because you start thinking, wait, what am I not seeing? Somebody's seeing what they refuse to see now that it's coming in. Now somebody knows that they was doing too much. This could have been a Leo when they was younger. They was doing too much. They didn't care. They was just going to strike you. Every chance they got, they was whooping your ass, whether it was spiritually, whether it was physically, whether it was mentally, whether it was emotionally, whatever it was, every chance they got, they was putting in work on you. And every chance you got, you put in work on you too. That's why you went from the 8 of Pentacles to the 9 of Pentacles. You put in work on you too. And now, this other person that's also in the family is being shown. This could have been a father. But that person too has these questions about getting through the eye of the needle. All of a sudden, at the end of the life, when everybody done treated you like shit on a stick, now they want to get through the eye of the needle. Now they want to know how much you know. But guess what, baby? You know it all. You know all of it. You know about this warlock that was doing all this bullshit. You knew about the witch. She knew about all of it because you're always, about your money, responsible. You was going to take your time. Whatever you did, you followed Spirit's lead. Somebody's going to try. They're going to offer you a bribe. The Spirit said, don't take it. They're going to offer you something, but Spirit said, don't take it because it's going to trap you. And what they want to do is back down memory lane. Refuse to go. Refuse to go back down memory lane with that person. Tell that person, thank you, but you won't continue to move forward because you know who you are. And Spirit knows who you are too. And everybody else knows who you are too. And somebody else, they wanted you to be stuck. They wanted you to be in this hangman position for a long time because what they thought they was going to do is they was going to take your inheritance from you. And this may not even have anything to do with the physical money. This could do with your spiritual throne. They wanted to end that. But see, Archangel Michael is here and heard those conversations and came and blocked that shit. Blocked this. And they said, oh, no. No. This shit ain't happening. So somebody who was putting in work. They was putting some work on you for a while, baby. The Spirit said, no, no more. No more. Yes, no more. This person is about to learn. Something about this person. I feel like somebody, for some reason, I feel like this is somebody, a call. Like somebody making a call or something. Or somebody sees something. Somebody's making a call. They writing an email. Somebody's doing something. But whatever it is, I'm telling you, somebody is they confused, they hurt, they want to ghost people, but they going within. They don't know. They're afraid to speak up at this point. They're afraid to speak up at this point because I'm telling you, this person is having, it's like a tower moment after a tower moment. This person is having arguments with everybody. Everybody's arguing with this person. People are sitting here creating shit, making up shit, and because this person I feel like this person lied on you. So somebody's sitting here lying on this other person. They're creating shit. Somebody from behind the scenes creating problems, throwing a rock and trying to hide the hand. But this person, it's like they feel like if they create shit with that person who was creating shit with you, that's going to help them. But it's not, because that person who's creating shit with somebody else was also creating shit with you. And Archangel Michael sees this and said, wait a minute, did you forgot about this? Did you forget about that little piece of evidence back then? Because it all added up. It all added up. Somebody's like, oh, I guess I did forget. Yeah, you sure the fuck did forget, but we didn't. So you think that you getting ready to get some heaven's angels wings? No, bull. You can tie yourself up on that tree, but that might be as close as to heaven as you get. Yeah, somebody's like, no, that shit ain't working like that. Did you forget? You forgot about your starseed child? How you treated that child? Did you forget about that shit? Because nobody else did. At least up in heaven, we did not. We've been waiting for you. We've been waiting to give it your ass for real. We had to let our star seed finish whatever, go through certain steps, certain lessons, certain blessings, and everything, and to the point where our star seed said, okay, God, I'm so sick of this. Please remove everybody from my life. That's when God said, okay, bet. It's all good in the hood. Come on, baby, we good. And then and so God separated you. You don't know what's going on with these people. You just living up to what God wants you to do. That's it. You closing cycles and being pleasing to God. That's it. And these people, they trying to hold back. They don't want you to know, this whole crowd. They don't want you to know what's going on. They don't. All that gossiping they was doing, now they don't have too much to say because they can't say it now. You know the truth. You speaking the truth. See, everybody's sitting there. They like, damn, we didn't see this back then. You sure the fuck didn't. But now you know that the person who's on their own, doing their own thing, speaking their truth, that's the person who's getting dharma. Okay, everybody else is looking at this person who made a fool of themselves. You know, made a fool of themselves. This is the same person who's waiting, who knows that shit is coming back. You know, this person is sitting there trying to think of ways that they can get with you, how maybe they can get with you and turn this whole situation around. Maybe they can plan to see you and say, you know, I just want us to be a family now. Even though you're 65 and I've never treated you right in your life, you know, and I'm about to die. I just want us to, can we be family? Can we do that? Can we make up? That's what it is. Somebody knows their days are limited, numbered. Numbered. Now they want to see if y'all can. And it's not even going to be like a rekindle. Now they want to treat you right. Now they want to give to you instead of leaving you out. See, they was giving to this one, but leaving this one out. Now they want to give you some love. Oh, and that's sweet. Especially after they ain't gave you shit before. They want to give you love, a little bit of love before they pass away. Maybe they can trick that into God saying, okay, come on, I know, come on. God said, no, that's not happening. You still dealing with this shit because all that shit that you put out there is coming right back. You think that you coming through some pearly gates? Nah, boo. Because when we see you, we're going to be like, oh, hold up. Where you think you going? No, they ain't here. No, you got the wrong floor. You need to take the elevator, go on down to the H level. Now, you're going to pass the lobby. You keep going down. It's going to take you 10 minutes past the lobby to get down to the real H level. When the doors open and the flames kind of come in, stand to the back of the elevator because you want your eyebrows. When the doors open and the flames kind of come in, that's when you're going to know you're in the right spot. Hell, baby. After doing this to my beloved, what you think you got? What you think I'm going to do for you? Somebody need to get the right elevator. Press the button. Press the button. The right button this time. Don't be trying to go up to the penthouse suite. You know. Now you know you don't belong up there. What you doing up there? Get on down. Get on down there. You know you don't belong in no penthouse suite because you sure the fuck wasn't trying to do nothing before. You wasn't trying to mend no fences, heal no relationship. You wasn't trying to do none of that. In fact, what you was trying to do is what you should not have been trying to do. You was causing mischief. You was causing mayhem. You was sitting here calling somebody else a liar so that you could do all this shit against them and still call them a lie if they talked about it and pulled out receipts on your motherfucking lying ass. But because you started them calling them a fucking lie, everybody gonna believe that they was a lie. Because you the parent and that was the child. So everybody was believing that they was the liar. But really, they couldn't see that this parent had no emotion in that cup and was pouring it out, baby. They didn't care for that child. Not at all. They care for the child. Now they care for the child. Now they like, damn, my choices that I put before this child, they all spilt over. And they know that bridge in the background, that motherfucker is burnt to the ground. It's just a shadow of where the bridge used to be. Now somebody can't sleep at night. Especially not after you walked away. Not only did you walk away, but Spirit said, skirt, and burnt rubber on the bitch. Burnt rubber on the bitch. Spirit's like, come on, run. Let's run to the finish line. Hurry up. You healed. You completed that cycle. You packed lightly and you was like, I'm gone. I'm gone. I don't need none of this shit. I'm gone. Once you saw what it was, you didn't need to stay around for what it was not. What's the message? Telling you, once you saw what it was, why stay around for what it was not? Yes. You knew your worth. You knew your worth. And somebody else knows your worth too. And you doing fine. You sitting with looking like the Queen of Pentacles. You're not no young chicken or nothing like that. But you're happy. You got everything you need. Spirit is with you. Yes, Spirit is with you. You didn't broke this generational curse. This is why you're receiving all of this good news. This is why Spirit won't let this person come to you. See, somebody, they spent their whole life trying to make it seem like you was not the Empress. Like they was the Empress. They spent their whole life trying to degrade and disrespect you. Oh, we having a sandstorm. I could hear it. It sounds like a damn train. But it's not the tornado, not that type of a train. What's the message? Hey, Black Beauty, how are you? Yeah, I'm telling you, this person, you could blow them over with a feather because they never, ever, ever saw you as being the Empress. And you was the only one that was working towards it. You was the only one that was actually doing the things that you needed to do to build yourself up to be the Empress. And now this person is shocked, and they shocked because they can't get near you. Even if they wanted to. Spirit said no. Not at all. This person, they want to say something to you. They want to send you a message. They want to send you an email. They want to do something. But Spirit is not even allowing that. Spirit said no. You've done enough. You've done enough. And you said enough. Done enough and said enough. And Spirit said, no, my baby's gone. My child is gone. Ain't nothing you can do, ain't nothing you can say. And that love that you didn't want, that love that you didn't appreciate, you don't have to worry about it because it's gone too. The love is gone. There was a thin line between love and hate, and this person crossed that line. Hey, James and Biscuit, how are you? Yes. You don't even have to change phones, James. Just block their number. And if you can't block their number, you know now not just to pick up the phone. Because they're going to stop calling. You ain't got to inconvenience yourself. Just ignore them. It could be somebody from your family, I'm telling you. And this person is so upset at themselves. They're wondering what the fuck they was even doing, holding back from you. Holding back from you. Because they surely didn't see that them holding back from you, that they was going to need you one day. One day they was going to need your cup of love. But since this person did so much, you like, no, I ain't got shit for you. I ain't got shit for you. That's how it is. That's exactly how it is. Yeah, somebody said, you know what? Yeah, but no, I ain't got shit for you. You know, somebody, they realizing they tried to go to battle with the wrong one because you came out the winner. They tried it. They tried it, thinking they was going to get up to heaven. Heaven, no. You got to be righteous. You ain't got to be perfect. You got to just do what is pleasing in God's eyes. You have to live the life of trying to do what is right. That is what is righteous. It's not the easy life. It's doing what's right. Establishing these boundaries. Somebody was disrespectful. And you said enough was enough, which is why you defended yourself, why you drew that line in the sand. You know, and now this person is having this epiphany. Okay? They suffered in silence and they just hopeful that you're going to come through, but really, they're feeling really hopeless because that ass was toxic. And what they should have did was heal themselves or got some healing. But instead, they was acting like you was the clown, you know? They was acting like you was the clown, like they was all happy and in this good relationship and everything else until that ass got divorced. Now, today, them same karmics that's family, they're not handling it too well. They're not handling it, especially since it looked like you got away. It's like you on this prolonged vacation. They looking at you. You look like you having fun, you know, nurturing yourself while this person was being two-faced and had to serve some consequences. We went over there yesterday about being two-faced and having consequences. If y'all didn't see that one, if y'all want to hear me go off another time, some more, because I went off yesterday, like I usually do. But that's one to watch. This is somebody who is just, I'm telling you, somebody is a narcissistic psychopath. And this is the same person that should have had help instead of having children. You know? This is somebody who gossip, rumors, and they very lustful. This is somebody, after dealing with their ass, you feel so fucking exhausted because all they do is bring chaos. This is why Archangel Michael had to come and save you, protect you, that divine intervention. And now then we got this masculine energy with this wishful thinking too, thinking that, they don't want you to cut ties, and they feeling all paranoid because they know they had their hand in the pot digging, getting you too. And now they're trying to think of some possibilities so that they could possibly glow up, with you. Now they have daydreams about, well, we can repair this. We can repair our relationship. Let's spend some time together. Maybe we should just clear our mind and recharge and everything. But you I'm kind of thinking we should put some distance in there. Because I'm still a little salty. And I don't feel comfortable with how clingy you've been or are being, especially since before, whenever I was longing for you, I was longing to be in something that was even less than me, beneath me. There's some little dirty secret love affair, but you had some type of nightlife going on, and now you drowning. Now you want to come back talking about some soulmate situation because what? The thrills ain't thrilling no more. Now you want to make some type of apology. I'm good. I'm settled. I'm secure. I'm established. I don't need this. And this person is going to be looking puzzled, thinking that you're just trying to create waves so that you can keep them blocked. Absolutely. You damn right. I deserve peace, happiness, harmony, balance. These are things that I deserve. And then this person going to act like they just so shattered, especially whenever they didn't try and do anything to fix the relationship. They were sitting here running around with some mask on, being deceptive, running from the relationship. And like I said, we saw in that Bible cups, somebody burnt that bridge. They burnt that bridge because of some envy. Well. Now they feel intense and isolated. Now they don't want to talk to nobody. And now it's finally their time to feel trapped. Not yours. It's their time. Welcome to the party. Act like a psychopath? I guess you're a psychopath. This person was abusive. Very abusive. And they trapped. And they can't go nowhere. People act like they don't even believe this person because they're like, we don't even know who you are anymore. Somebody can't even answer any questions. They're so busy running from the truth. But yet this is one of these people, and this could have been a set of parents because there's two different people. There's a female and a male. And both of them, two-faced narcissists, both of them facing consequences. Mm-hmm. Yes, and something with this masculine. It could have been a father figure. Something about, now this masculine wants good vibes with you. But like I said, this was somebody who also was a hater. This is somebody who also was a hater in your life. Like I said, this is somebody in your family that you definitely had to establish some boundaries with. Yeah, but you know what? This person wants a second chance. You know, now this person wants a second chance, but you like, I think I'm good. Spirit is calling for me to cut ties and place distance. I mean, it's nothing personal. That I just need to listen to what Spirit has for me, because whenever I think about all the good things that God has done for me, it was whenever I was alone and resting in Spirit's arms. I mean, whenever, and it's like even somebody saying, hey, whenever I came to you for help, you didn't want to help. You did not want to help. So I went to God for help. And God not only helped me, but got me out the situation and put me on to a better path. Woke me up, cleaned me up, fed me, made me feel good about myself, healed me emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, financially. Put people in my life that understood me, that I can communicate with, that I can be authentic with. So yeah, I think I need to cut those ties. I think I just need to do myself. So somebody's going to be shocked that they don't get a second chance. There is not a bridge to rebuild, that they should have thought about that bridge before they got those matches out. See? Because see, if it was the other way around, they would be telling you, well, life ain't fair. Now this person has to understand, life ain't fair. And this person now is longing for you. But you know what? They're only longing for you because of what you can do for them. They want you to help them get out of that. But they haven't changed. They ain't changed. They still doing the same thing. This is why Archangel Michael is right here, not allowing this, protecting you, letting you know, no. You're not all the way healed, baby. You still healing. Archangel Michael is the reason that you are getting that laughter again, that joy, that happiness, that healing. And Archangel Michael is getting ready to send somebody to you that wants to put a ring on it, that wants to make it legal, that appreciates you, that wants that closeness, that unity, and and wants to give that mutual respect. This is somebody that wants to be legal. This is somebody that wants to take it to the next level. They don't want you to feel like you out here by yourself. And now these people are all feeling all exhausted because of this chaos that they created with you. They created that with you because of envy. Because somebody, instead of them getting help, they had kids. And you could still have kids and get help. But somebody just had kids and did not get help and didn't like the kids. Now this person is daydreaming. I feel like they're not daydreaming. I feel like they're really delusional. Because they feel like that they can get you to, okay, well, we'll slow down, we'll take our time, and this and that and the other. Maybe we can reconnect. Maybe we can do this. Maybe no. That's delusional. Somebody's time to stop and smell the roses. Them roses been dead. Them roses have been disintegrated. They've been dead for so long. This person need to recognize they're just straight up toxic. And you don't want no parts of it. And if they want to call you toxic, then stay the hell away from you. Because you don't want to bring no toxicity to nobody else. So who's ever toxic, it's the same answer. Whatever the question, is the same answer. Somebody's still afraid to be themselves, you know? And like I said, they're looking at you. They're afraid to be themselves, and they're looking at you being yourself. And they hopeful. They hopeful. They want to be like you. But for whatever reason, they're scared. They're scared of the truth. They're scared of everybody looking at them saying, that's weird. Why'd you do that? Oh, well. Yeah, you had to learn to love yourself. And you had to learn that you were on God's right-hand side. You can't make this up. You're on God's right-hand side. You promised God. You made your commitment. You said, God, I'm making my commitment to you. And you didn't waver. Anytime anything has come up that you got that little devil, like, oh yeah, you say no. I got to do the right thing. I'm telling you, somebody was talking about you, but they didn't have enough strength to say it to you. But they could gossip about you, but they didn't realize they just created the perfect storm for themselves. When you participate in a hateful mob, expect to be part of the fire that God casts down on you. I mean, if you don't know your spiritual rank, you really should beware. And this person did not know their spiritual rank. They didn't know that they was outranked spiritually by levels. By levels. They didn't know that you are a chosen one. They didn't know that. Guilt is eating them up. Somebody else may want to date you. And not even necessarily date you if it's a family member. Maybe just want to take you out, take you out to eat, or, let's do something. Let's hang out or something like that. What else, Spirit? Anything else? Yep. Something that you're about to get an urgent phone call because somebody needs something. This is that person that was being greedy, selfish, stingy. This is the person who didn't care about their words, but you do, because you know that words can either heal you or they can hurt you. This is somebody who needed to work on their inner child, but they didn't want to. And that's why you have no choice but to tell them no, because they're not being responsible. They're not working on the parts that they need to. They're not doing what they need to do. See, you're seen as legendary, and truly it is your time to shine, because you already know with wisdom comes wealth. You are tuned in. You are a torch bearer. You are a seer, and mostly you believe in God. You could be an air sign, a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but you have high honor. You only fear God because you know to stand for something. And the only fear that you have is God. This is you remain, think, dream, and pray positive. And whatever somebody else is trying to do, somebody's trying to come in with a fake apology, but it's just going to be more confusing for you. That's why your spirit, your ancestors, archangels, angels, even God is letting you know that this is an undercover backstabbing brother. This is somebody who has an attached dark entity on them. This is somebody that you said, hey, the trust is gone, because they had closed chakras, And whatever they were doing, it just never sat right. You always knew that something wasn't going right, that something wasn't right with that person. Now this person wants to escape, and God is like, where you going, boo? Because the game is just getting started. It's your turn at bat. Now, see, you didn't set everybody else out there. It's your turn. You are up at bat. Somebody is about their morality. It's their morality is going to be on display for everybody to see. And Spirit wants you just to do something to treat yourself. Do something special only for you, because you deserve it. It's like you came through the battle unscathed. You went through the war. You went through the war. And all you did was you broke a fingernail, not even a major fingernail. It was not even a really break. It was kind of like a chipped on the end. That's how blessed you are. It's the message, Spirit. Yes. And these people are looking at you, and who you're not who they thought you was. They see now you are the highest white light. Somebody else is realizing that they had this trauma bond going on, and they're listening to everything except for the truth. That's why they're having this mental conflict. Now somebody at the end of their life, they remember that, you know what, you write your own book of life. So you got to, and you can't lie about the book. You can't sit there and say, I was doing all this great stuff and you doing all this bad stuff, because the book tells you how you really live. Live by the sword, die by the sword. And that is just how it goes. Dot, dot, the end. Everybody's reading that person's book and they was like, damn, that was not cool. But you know what? They're looking at that person's life and they say, as you sow, you shall reap. Because when they thought about that child and what they was doing, is because they said they was being childish to that child. They was treating that child like shit. All because they knew that child was going to have beauty and wealth. And it was something that they hadn't even worked for. They would have had wealth. They would have had these blessings had they treated that child right. But they were so dumb, they had no idea who they even had, who they was even blessed to even give birth to. You know, ain't that something? You give birth to a whole angel. You give birth to a whole earth angel and don't know it. But because you feel in a certain way, you treat that person like shit. And then whenever you feel like that person, then when you recognize that person is an earth angel, then you want to come back? No backsies. No backsies. Baby, I already took my energy back, okay? That dark curse is returned. You should have checked yourself a long ass motherfucking time ago, because you shouldn't have been trying to compete when you don't even compare. You put yourself in this mess, you get yourself out. Somebody acting like you afraid. Ain't nobody afraid of death. You've already dealt with the whole dark night of the soul. What they thought that they brought you up in? Love and light? Shit, no, they was abusing you. You've already dealt with the whole death thing. Shit, this how you know you God's child. You stay prayed up. They know you God's child. These people are going behind bars, either physically or spiritually. And they're afraid of you because they know that you removed the swords from your back. And you overcame all that obstacles. Your inner fortitude and strength is out of this world, baby. And you knew it was their lie. And you didn't allow them to fuck up your life. because you knew it was about what they were not saying. You read between the lines and you knew this person was a witch from birth. Whole time, you was the prize. This person, this Jezebel player, I'm telling you, it's two people. Something wrong with both of their heart chakras. And they just couldn't understand how you had this high spiritual IQ. Like you just get things, like things just downloaded to you. And they wondering, damn, how you know? Because you stay in your highest self. That's how you know. You receiving favor from God, from the Most High. You receiving favor. Because God said, you know what? I don't care what the fuck y'all say. My child's doing the damn thing. He, she, minding their business, staying prayed up. He, she, listening to me. Well, even whenever I say it's 2:15 in the morning, get up, they get up. If I say do this, give this to that person, they give it to that person. If I say tell me the truth, they tell me the truth. They're honest. They hear me whenever I'm talking to them, and they listen. That's why you have honor. Hey, Satan, how are you? That's why they got honor. Honor thy mother and thy father, and you are honoring thy father, Father God. And you're also loving yourself. All right, y'all. I hope that was the message because it took 3 lives today to get that one out. And somebody did not want you to know how special you are. They don't want you to know that you know what you God loves you because you so honest. That's what God loves about you. Even if stuff don't work out for you here, just because you're being honest with God, it's not working on this day. But God said, I'm going to surprise my baby with it working out for them on this day. Yes, let's just stay on the right-hand side of God. You know, and it's like the closer we get, it's like the more the battle is going to rage. But let the battle rage because we are here for it. We are the spiritual warriors. And we know we are here for a purpose. We know that the battle is the Lord's. And we know we are on the front line, armored up, as we should be. Thank you, my fellow warriors, spiritual warriors. I'm proud to be on the front line with you. Proud to help to serve God's purpose with you. I appreciate you. And we'll continue to fight the fight. All right, y'all. I'm getting ready to go to bed. Tomorrow is Friday. Woo! And I'm so ready for it. I love you all. All of you. Red Violet, J Mike, I really appreciate you both so very much. And everyone else. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. And we will be together tomorrow. Good night. And I love you all.